So as we saw at the end of the Detroit Lions game, these Lions battled all the way back, and it came down to the final few plays in the waning seconds of the game in the fourth quarter. And no timeouts. These guys drive the ball down. They get a touchdown. They score a 2-point conversion. Or did they? That's the question. And I reviewed the tape, and I have the tape for you. I've also listened to Jared Goff. I've listened to Taylor Decker, and I've listened to Troy Aikman. And from what we can see, Taylor Decker reported eligible. Now, in part of the tape, you're going to see Skipper running onto the field. You'll see a ref pointing at Skipper. And then at the last second, you see Decker make a movement, and the ref looks at him and nods his head, acknowledging that it's Taylor Decker is the one that's coming in eligible. So clearly and naturally, Jared Goff is going to stick up for his players. And Jared Goff called out the refs for being rigged. Now, he didn't say those exact words, but let's listen to what he had to say.
Yeah, unfortunate. I don't know what's come out since at the end there, but it sucks.
What was your conversations with the officials there? Trying to say something after that first one, after the first 2-point play?
Pretty confused. What I do know, and I don't know if I'll get fined for this, but I do know that Decker reported. I do know that Dan Skipper did not, and I do know that they said that Dan Skipper did. So it's unfortunate.
Well, clearly, Jared Goff knows that his guys did what they were supposed to do. And Taylor Decker, they practiced this all week long, according to what they had to say. Jared Goff said they practiced it all week long, and they did what they were supposed to do. So let's move on now and listen to what Taylor Decker has to say about the last play of the game.
They didn't tell me anything after the play. All I really want to say on it, just so I don't get myself into trouble, is, I did exactly what Coach told me to do, and went to the ref, said report, and I don't know. And, it's my understanding, too, that, Dan brings up the possibility of those sorts of plays pregame, so I did what I was told to do, and did how we did in practice all week, and that's probably all I'm really going to touch on with that.
It looked like Jared did tell you to go over there, and you were all over there.
Mm-hmm. There's not much more I can add to it. There's see the video of it. It is what it is, I guess.
What does it say about this team that they fought and got themselves back in position to make that play?
I would say that we had a lot of opportunities earlier in the game, and we didn't play clean enough offensively. Hats off to our defense. They played a hell of a game. So definitely want to give those guys credit. And ultimately, when it came down to it, we tried to make all the plays we could, and we just came up one short.
Did it feel like a playoff atmosphere out there?
Yeah, definitely did. That's Hank even said prior to that last 2-minute drive, he's like, this is like playoff football right here. So it was good to go down there, no timeouts, and execute that drive for a touchdown. Like I said, unfortunately, just came up 1 point short.
So that's 2 for 2. Jared Goff is saying that they reported. Taylor Decker, in so many words, is saying that he did what he was supposed to do, which was report. And now I want to go to the last bit of the game and the tape, and Troy Aikman, talks about it. And this is where you're going to see Skipper is running onto the field. The ref is looking at Skipper. He points at Skipper, and then Decker says something clearly to the ref because it got the ref's attention, and he looks at Decker and nods. What else could that be? Did Decker say, hey, having a nice night? Hey, what are you doing after the game? You going out, for the new year? I doubt it. Probably didn't ask him how his wife was or what his dog's name is. Probably said, hey, dude, I'm eligible. I'm going to catch this 2-point. Let's see what he has to say. So I had to remove all the audio to this, and I shortened it up just to show Taylor Decker, Penei Sewell, and Dan Skipper trotting onto the field where they're talking to the ref. So it clearly shows that Taylor Decker is speaking to the ref first before Dan Skipper gets there. And you can make your own judgments, but I had to remove it because the NFL's already made claim to this, and they don't want it getting out. So they don't want to look bad because they know it's coming. But anyway, I hope you enjoy the rest of the video. Here we go. So once again, the Detroit Lions get screwed in Jerry World. This happens way too often. And it's time for the NFL to do something about it because we're sick of it. These Lions have played too good this season. They just went in what was a playoff atmosphere at AT&T Bank Stadium or AT&T Stadium, and they get robbed, completely robbed. And I don't care that the Lions covered, right? I don't care about any of that stuff. What I care about is that this happens to the Lions every time they play the Cowboys. Every time. The jig's up, NFL. It's time that you do something and say something and admit something. Because if you don't, I guarantee you, you are going to have a massive problem on your hands now that the Detroit Lions have been on prime time 6 times. And they've won every single game, including tonight. Fix it. Don't apologize. Fix it. Because you can't keep getting away with it. Sooner or later, people are going to turn the TVs off. And if I have anything to do with it, I'm telling you right now, the rest of the creators and the rest of the content creators that are sick and tired of their teams getting screwed too are probably all going to band together and promote a boycott of the NFL. I know that I can go a couple of games without watching, no problem. But how bad would that hurt your pocket if it was the playoffs or the Super Bowl? Because we're sick of it. And if you don't think that the Lions haven't captured the hearts and the minds of people around the world, they have. And if you don't think our voice is big enough, it is. Fix it.